I've been made a specific request that as much as possible, if we could speak in both English and Hindi for the benefit of the audience, that would help. Sure, great, okay. So I'll start with my first question. I'm so sorry.
No, this is the culture of India that all three South Indians are sitting and you're asked to speak in Hindi. Good.
Just a small correction, sir. I'm an Indian from the South, not a South Indian.
Indian first, okay. Good.
So I'll start with my first question to Dr. Swamy. Since the topic of the debate happens to be constitutional values, I remember you making a statement, and in fact, perhaps you've even written on it, that the Constitution, at the heart of it, is a dharmic document, and it sees India as a Hindu Rashtra. And I suppose that this entire statement or conclusion comes from your experience with handling constitutional law and having read it. For the sake of the audience, could you please enlighten us as to what is the basis of this statement? Because I've read the constitution debates myself, and I'd like to understand your position on this.
Sure. First of all, I must repeat again, this topic that you have framed, the critical word is now. And whatever Mr. Owais said, while I don't disagree with it, but I will say this has been happening all through the last 70 years, but he is only bothered about the last 5 years. That is the problem. The threat to the Constitution will always be there, because we are a country which has come through out of imperialism and foreign invasions, and therefore this process of becoming your mindset to being prepared for abiding by the Constitution is going to take time, and that means through struggle. So therefore this word, if you were to ask me, this debate was badly framed because you used the word now. So once you have dropped the word now, I'll come to this question. First of all, I will also say that the directive principles are not, you can't, individual citizen cannot go to court and say, these directive principles I want to enforce because it is my fundamental right. True. But it also says the provisions contained in this part, which is the directive principle, shall not be enforceable by any court, but the principles therein laid down are nevertheless fundamental to the governance of the country, and it shall be the duty of the state to apply these principles in making laws. So it is not a fundamental right of mine, but it is binding on the government to implement it. So it is a mandatory provisions, number one. Number two, when I spoke about this question of this being already a Hindu Rashtra's constitution, I don't need a new constitution, because people were saying there should be a new Hindu Rashtra constitution. I said, why? It's already there. All that the Hindu Rashtra would require is already there. First of all, in the preamble, they have said faith is a fundamental right. So in this Ram Janmabhoomi, we won the case because my petition, which came in and said that my faith is that Ram was born here, and that I have a fundamental right to pray there. Whereas a mosque is a place to read namaz, and namaz can be read anywhere, including in my drawing room, even on this place. So this distinction showed that we were able to use the word faith for a religious purpose, which is dear to us. Second, Uniform Civil Code has to be enforced by the government. That's what the Constitution says. Protection of cow is here. It's not on agriculture. It's a ban on cow slaughter. I'll read it out because Owais is a highly educated lawyer. So lawyers never tell the truth. So let me Let me read out what exactly it says. And so that there is no doubt in this at all. 48. Protection and improvement of environment and safeguarding of forests and wildlife. The state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and safeguard the forest with life, etc. Then it goes on to say that the state shall endeavor to organize agriculture, animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines, and shall in particular take steps to preserving, improving the breeds and prohibiting the slaughter of cows and calves. So, prohibiting the slaughter of cows. They haven't said buffaloes, they haven't said pigs, they haven't said any of the other things. So that similarly, I pointed out to you about Article 351, Sanskrit. This is another Hindu Rashtra demand. Devanagari shall be the script that shall be used in Hindi and not any other script. That's also a Hindu Rashtra demand. And throughout, I will show every place wherever there is a Hindu Rashtra demand. Hindus can never want that all should follow Hinduism. All religions lead to God, so we have no difficulty. If there are Jews here, there are Parsis here, there are Christians here, there are Muslims here, and they want to worship, we will allow it. If they want to build a masjid, of course, they have a right to build it. There are Muslim countries where I can't build a temple, but this country you can build as many mosques you want. So that is the issue.
So I have a question for you, sir.
So you don't want to reply to him?
You can respond to him after I ask my question. Yeah? Okay. So from what I understand, and please correct me if I've got the history wrong, AIMIM is the successor organization to the MIM, which it was not? I see. So it was started by Mr. Qasim Rizvi, who fled to Pakistan in 1957.
You got your history and facts wrong.
I thought he was for the support of the creation of a South Pakistan, which is the Hyderabad princely state. Let me just finish my question. Let me just finish my question. You can correct me. I'll allow you to correct me. So my question is, as a party, which assume for a moment it's a misplaced conception or it's a misplaced assumption, which sees itself as the legal successor of MIM.
No, we don't.
I'd like to understand.
Your question is
how
wrong.
have you managed to chart your journey from an entity which was for the creation of Pakistan to an entity which supports the Constitution of India? Just explain that to us.
You're factually wrong.
Okay, please go ahead, explain.
So, I don't know which history books you have read, but I can give you some good history books to correct your understanding of history. This is a political party which has no relation whatsoever with the earlier MIM. This is AIMIM. People who were called Razakars, they went to Pakistan. We have no connection whatsoever with the Razakars or with that MIM which is called. This was a party which was established and registered in the Election Commission of India. We started our political journey in 1958 onwards. And when you register a political party, you have to subscribe and accept to India's constitution. And that is how this political journey has started from 1958 onwards.
Okay. So since you mentioned that under this particular government, there has been a lot of, let's say, sabotage as far as the constitution is concerned, I remember that Shri Salahuddin Owais, your father, was a contemporary of Indira Gandhi. So I'm trying to understand what was the position taken by your party as an organization towards the policies of Miss or Mrs. Indira Gandhi during her regime, especially during emergency and subsequently.
Well, you see, these are journeys wherein sometimes you are in weather of winter or autumn. So, politicians have to travel to various weathers. We supported Mrs. Gandhi. We opposed her, and this has been the reality. Okay. And that is why even Mrs. Gandhi came to our party office for the Sikandarabad by-election. Mr. Shiv Shankar was contesting. So she came to our office, and we supported her at that time. Then we opposed her as well. And now I am a bitter opponent of Congress, and that is why I carry this baggage of being B team, C team, I don't know which team it is. So this is what politics continues.
I see. You wanted to respond to Dr. Swamy's point.
Okay, now to respond to Dr. Swamy's point about calling constitution a Hindu Shastra, right?
Hindu Rashtra.
No,
He says it validates the concept of Hindu Rashtra.
Hindu Rashtra.
Yes.
For me, the constitution is not a religious book. It is not even a piece of literature. And for me, religious text is what? That governs my relationship with my God, who I believe in. Constitution, that is not the case with the Constitution. The Constitution is a legal text which says that India has no religion. India has no religion. India celebrates all the religions. In fact, India even celebrates people who don't believe in God. So, on that point, Mr. Swamy is wrong. Secondly, Mr. Swamy read from the Constitution. He is reading some directive principles. What is the word he used? The state shall endeavor. Now, as a legal student, I am not a legal luminary, Mr. Swamy. He is a rightful successor of Lord Denning, I can say that. So, the word shall and word may means is mandatory. The word shall is not mandatory.
It's the other way around.
Okay. No,
it's the other way around.
Let me
Plain English tells me it's the other way around.
Let me complete. Endeavor. Now, endeavor, when it comes to endeavor, is it compulsory in the government? No. And when you talk about, sir, that cow slaughter, you read earlier. Can I just pass me that? 1 minute. I could have got it there. See, when it comes to cow slaughter, what it is under directive principle of Organization of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry. Organization of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry. So where is the question of acceding to the Hindu religion over here? And please remember that when Constitution was being made, Shama Prasad Mukherjee was there. And then Mr. Swamy talks about directive principles. He talked about Uniform Civil Code. Let me read 51B. To cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. He is against protest. How did we get our freedom? Had we not protested? And didn't Ms. Swamy's party protest with Anna Hazare? You did protest. You did protest. I mean, not you in person. You don't come out on roads, you go to courts. Yes. But there was a protest. There was a protest. And then you talk about directive principles, sir. Yeah. You know, for Uniform Civil Code, what will be the Uniform Civil Code? Please tell me. Can you reconcile the Daya Bhaga and Mitakshara school of thought? Can you ensure that the Hindu undivided family tax rebates are given to every religion? Isn't that contradicting right to equality? And moreover, sir, you are an economist. Please tell me, sir, I want one answer from you. This present government, how much allocation has been made for protection of cow?
May I? Yeah, please. Go ahead.
Shall I speak in Hindi now? Or?
Sure. Absolutely, please.
No compulsion. All right. अब आधा हिंदी आधा अंग्रेजी. अंग्रेजी हो गया है तो बाकी सब हिंदी में अब. यहाँ जो लिखा है वो जो इन्होंने पढ़ा है उससे भिन्न है. इसमें लिखा है जहाँ तक गौ हत्या पर प्रतिबंध के सवाल पर shall in particular take steps for preserving and improving the breed, okay, no problem, and prohibiting the slaughter of, not strive to prohibit, or prohibiting the slaughter of cows and calves and drought cattle. So, let me finish.
No, you complete, sir.
Second, you say this is not a religious document, but it's a secular document, and we believe, and what the Constitution says that all religions are equal. As a Muslim, do you agree that Hinduism can lead to God as much and as efficiently as Islam?
I agree. Can I answer on you on that? I started my initial remarks by saying that India has no religion. India celebrates all religion. India celebrates all religion. You are entitled to your religious belief. I am entitled to my religious belief. And no one can interfere in your practice of your religion, neither in my practice of religion.
But that doesn't answer his question.
No, I am answering his question.
Please.
That is his belief. I agree to his belief. My belief is different. He has to agree to my belief.
Yes.
That is what I'm telling you. This is the beauty of our constitution, that you cannot superimpose my views or my views on him.
No, I think the question is whether one belief undermines or comes in the way of the other.
No,
so let's not
no,
obfuscate
not at all,
around that.
not
Let's
at all,
answer the
not at
question.
all,
Yes.
not at all. Everyone is entitled to their beliefs. Please go ahead with your beliefs. Do not superimpose and make this country a Hindu Rashtra. Do not make this country a country of one religion or one culture or one language.
Fantastic. So since you raised that point, and I'm assuming that please.
You talk about cow slaughter, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you are in power in all the northeast states. Can you please bring a bill in over there? Why are you not doing it?
I'll tell you.
Please do it, sir.
I'll tell you. You have repeatedly said this many times. We Hindus believe that the breed called Bos indicus is the sacred cow. The cow in northeast is Bos taurus. We have no reason to protect them. And Bos indicus is the only breed that we shall protect as sacred, and northeast is free to eat the cow. They call it cow, but it is not a cow.
So may I? For the change, for the flavor of change, let's just move away from certain bovine topics, right?
No, I didn't start it.
I understand. So let me just ask you. So since you seem to have a fundamental problem with the concept and idea of a Hindu Rashtra, and I'm assuming that you have a problem with it after understanding what it is about, could you please explain for my understanding and for the audience's understanding as to what do you understand by the word Rashtra? How is it the same as Rajya, or is Rashtra is it different from Rajya, or is it the same as Rajya? Could you please explain that for us?
You see, the word nation has been used.
अगर आप चाहें तो हैदराबादी उर्दू में भी बात कर सकते हैं सर. कोई बात नहीं.
The word nation has been used in the preamble.
No, I'm talking about Hindu Rashtra.
No. I'm happy with that.
Right.
Now,
You're happy with that? Okay.
When you talk about Hindu Rashtra, then you go to the Savarkar's ideology, what he wrote, that Muslims and Christians do not believe, because India is not a holy land, or their Putra Bhumi or Matru Bhumi, right?
Pitra.
Yeah, exactly, that is there. When you talk about Hindu Rashtra, then you go back to what Golwalkar said in 1930s. He said that if Muslims have to live in India, they should be denied citizenship right, which one step has been taken under CAA now. When you talk about Hindu Rashtra, it was the RSS, let me answer, or you can come and sit here.
I would request members of the audience to maintain decorum, and trust me, all questions will be asked. Please.
It is the Hindu Rashtra, when you ask Hindu Rashtra is, that it took RSS, after it was banned, to accept in writing that they will accept even the national flag. When the national flag came out, there is an article signed by RSS people in organizer that they say we do not believe in these three colors because it is inauspicious.
It still doesn't answer my question as to
I'm explaining to you.
According to
I am explaining, sir.
What is Rashtra according to you?
That is what is Rashtra. To change India's diversity, to change India's pluralism, and to make it a nation of one religion, wherein one religion has domination, to change the basic structure of the constitution. That's it.
May I?
Please.
Do you agree that in English there's a distinction between nation and country?
I am speaking about in Indian context.
Sir,
I am speaking about Indian context.
Very straightforward question.
No, I am straightforward
giving
an answer.
There's a distinction between nation and country?
I am giving you a straightforward answer in relation to India.
Right.
I am giving you that answer. I am not concerned about what Her Majesty the Queen does.
Fine. So let me ask this question. When it comes to interpretation of non-Hindu religions in India under law or in any of the Islamic seminaries, which book which traces its origins to India is relied upon for interpretation of either Islamic law or Christian canon law? I'm trying to ask myself this simple question, since you're saying...
Please, explain to me.
आपके लिए और थोड़ा मैं सिंपल कर देता हूँ.
कर दीजिए.
जब आप फतवा जारी करते हैं, and I'm using the word fatwa as a legal finding, a judicial finding, not in the negative sense. Okay?
It is an advisory. It's not
Exactly.
a, it's not a
No
judicial,
problem.
It's an advisory.
चाहे वो advisory
Supreme
हो या
Court has
binding हो,
said
जो
it's
कुछ भी.
advisory.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
So the question is, भारत के कौन से book में से आप अपने, let's say, interpretation को ढूंढते हैं? My point is, everything that relates to Islam necessarily comes from a book and commentaries which do not originate in India. Would that be a correct statement to make?
You're absolutely wrong.
Oh, please
You
tell
don't
me.
know.
Sahih al-Bukhari was authored in
No.
India.
Do you know Fatwa Alamgiri?
Go ahead,
Fatwa
please.
Alamgiri?
Oh, so you use Fatwa Alamgiri
no,
to
no,
actually...
listen to me. Where
please,
was
please.
Fatwa Alamgiri written?
No. The question is,
listen,
when you
sir,
issue
sir,
a fatwa,
sir,
do
no,
you use
see,
the Quran
see,
or what are you using?
Are you debating with me or an anchor?
I am
You want
asking
to
you a
debate with me?
straightforward-
I'll answer
I am
you.
asking you a
Listen,
straightforward question.
I am answering you in a straightforward way. Please listen to me. You have.
Should I rephrase the question for you to understand
I have
it better?
understood. I
Please
understood
go
where
ahead.
you're coming from.
Answer, please.
Do you believe
Please, huh.
that the Islamic law is only Quran and Sunnah? No.
Go
You're
ahead.
absolutely wrong.
Go ahead, please
No,
explain.
it is not.
Right.
It is Quran, it is Sunnah,
Right.
it is the judicial or the fatwas
hadith,
given.
hadith.
It is Sunnah is hadith only.
Hadith only,
Then
that's
you
the
have
tradition.
schools of thought.
Right.
Hanafi, Shafi'i, Maliki, Fiqh.
Right.
Then you have Fatwa Alamgiri. There are so many books.
So
You
these
know,
schools of thought, what is the basis of the schools of thought? Is the simple question.
every religion, every school of thought.
Right.
Basically,
Has the audience
Muslim-
understood the question? Okay, great.
No, listen.
Yes, please.
Fantastic.
Right.
Majority of Indian Muslims are Hanafis.
Okay.
We follow Fatwa Alamgiri.
Okay.
And that protection, where it comes from? Article 26,
Okay.
isn't it?
And what is the basis of Fatwa Alamgiri?
Fatwa Alamgiri is the opinion of the Islamic scholars who were born in India,
Based on what?
based on Quran and Sunnah,
Thank you.
and also advice.
Thank you.
Listen, no. If you don't find an answer
Right.
in Quran and Sunnah, then that is what the scholars give their opinion.
Right. Okay. So, please.
Well, the fundamental question is, when you talk about secularism,
Right.
is either you say will tolerate all other religions, but my religion is superior,
Right.
or you will say what the Hindus say, that all religions lead to God.
Right.
Islam does not believe that all religions lead to God, neither does Christianity.
Is that a political statement or a theological
It
statement?
is based on theology because he may be a Muslim.
You can respond
I mean,
to that.
he is a Muslim, I have no doubt about that.
Right.
But in Saudi Arabia, you can't even celebrate Diwali. You cannot keep a picture of Ramchandra ji in your pocket. You cannot have Satyanarayan Puja inside your house. If you bring any idol from India and they detect you in the customs area, they'll put you in jail for 5 days. So there is a clear, and I have spoken to Saudi Arabians, they said this is our religion.
But what do
We
you
will
make
not
of the
allow.
other countries in the Middle East which are slowly encouraging the opening of temples?
Only
What do you make of
one
that?
religion, one state, and that is Dubai, and that is UAE, and that too for Swaminarayan.
Right.
They have not agreed to a Shiva temple.
So are they not Islamic republics?
No, I am only asking him
Right.
that would he say that Hinduism leads to God just as much as Islam leads to God? He will not be able to say that because the theology will prevent him from that.
I'll let you respond
And
to
if
that, sir.
he says it, then you'll have to give him Z security protection.
So we'll come back to Mr. Owaisi. You will specifically get to answer that question. I won't deprive you of that opportunity. So one question for you, sir.
Yes.
So Mr. Owaisi believes that the repealment and amendment of Article 370, it's not an abrogation entirely, it's an amendment of Article 370, is effectively an act of subversion of the Constitution. So I'm asking myself this question as a layperson for a moment, keeping my legal experience aside.
Ji.
What was India expected to do to put an end to the problem with respect to Article 370? If status quo was not a solution, what is it that India could have done? Is there an option other than what the government has done?
There are two places. I'll speak in Hindi.
Please, sir, please.
दो जगह में आपको यहाँ से आपको संकेत मिलती है कि क्या कदम उठाना चाहिए. पहला है कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली। कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली ने पूरा संविधान का जो काम था वो 26 नवंबर 1949 तक पूरा कर दिया था। 16 नवंबर को एक नया अमेंडमेंट लाया गया कि आर्टिकल 370 इसमें जोड़ा जाए। अंबेडकर ने कहा मैं गद्दार नहीं हूँ, इसीलिए मैं नहीं मूव करूँगा, यद्यपि वो चेयरमैन थे। तो फिर गोपाल स्वामी अयंगार जो कश्मीर में रीजेंट थे, उनको बुलाकर उनको मूव करने के लिए किया। बहुत ज़बरदस्त विरोध हुआ। तो सरदार पटेल खड़े होकर कहा, जवाहरलाल नेहरू यूएन चले गए और वो थोड़े दिन में वहाँ पूरा समाधान हो जाएगा, उसके बाद इसको हटा देंगे। तो संविधान में एक ही आर्टिकल है जिसमें लिखा है कि राष्ट्रपति की विज्ञप्ति से इसको रद्द किया जा सकता है। मैं पढ़ सकता हूँ बट तो मैं बता रहा हूँ। और हेडलाइन में लिखा है टेम्पररी प्रोविजन टू द स्टेट ऑफ जम्मू कश्मीर। जम्मू कश्मीर में भी एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली थी जिसने एक जम्मू कश्मीर के लिए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाया। उसमें लिखा है कि जम्मू एंड कश्मीर इज़ एन इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया। 370 का कोई लिंक है, ये सब कुछ कहीं भी लिखा नहीं है। तो जब टेम्पररी प्रोविज़न है, इसको हम कैसे परमानेंट कर सकते हैं? और हमने कोई फतवा नहीं जारी किया। हमने पार्लियामेंट में बिल को लाए और ये अप्रूवल बिल लाए। माने बिल तो ज़रूरत नहीं थी क्योंकि राष्ट्रपति ने विज्ञप्ति जारी कर दिया, बट उसको अप्रूव करने के लिए कि हाउस अप्रूव्स द राष्ट्रपति's नोटिफिकेशन, वो ऐसा हम ला करके किया। सारे जो भी कुछ हमने किया, हमने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के हिसाब से किया। किसी ने उसको चैलेंज नहीं किया अभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, उसको कह के कि ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल नहीं है। तो सिर्फ ये कहना 370 ये इसमें कोई आधार नहीं है। इट वॉज टेम्पररी। 70 साल टेम्पररी रहा है। हम तो 5 साल में इसको ख़त्म कर दिया है। तो हम तो इसको असली टेम्पररी मानते थे, परंतु जो पहले सेक्युलर लोग थे वो इसको परमानेंट ही मानते थे।
तो 370 के ऊपर कश्मीर का एक स्पेशल स्टेटस है और वहाँ पर असेंबली को आपने डिसॉल्व कर दिया। असेंबली से ओपिनियन नहीं लिए, जबकि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जिक्र है कि कश्मीर, सुनिए आप, कश्मीर के असेंबली से लेना ओपिनियन, आप नहीं लिए।
नॉट करेक्ट, नॉट करेक्ट।
नो यू सर, दिस इज अ मैटर ऑफ डिबेट व्हिच विल बी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाएगा ना सर, सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाएगा।
आप पढ़ दूंगा।
आप असेंबली को डिसॉल्व करते हैं,
जा चुका है सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑलरेडी,
जा चुका है, बहस चल रही है। अब नहीं मालूम मेरी जिंदगी में आएगा, आपकी जिंदगी में नहीं मालूम। देखिए तो वो तो डिसॉल्व कर दिया असेंबली। आप असेंबली डिसॉल्व करके आपने सब डिसीजन ले लिए, असेंबली की राय तक भी आपने नहीं ली वहाँ पर। अब रहा सवाल 370 का, आप ये बताइए कि वहाँ पर आप ये क्यों लॉ बनाने जा रहे हैं कि बाहर का आदमी ज़मीन नहीं खरीद सकता वहाँ पर?
राइट,
क्यों बना रहे हैं आप?
गुड पॉइंट।
जबकि आर्टिकल 370 में तो इट बिकेम एन एम्प्टी शेल।
करेक्ट,
इट वाज एन एम्प्टी शेल, एवरीथिंग वाज, you know, I don't, more than 100 articles, more than 100 articles were already implemented. It was an empty shell. What was there? Now you have taken 35A बोल रहे आप, 35 दोबारा कर रहे हैं आप कश्मीर में भी आप।
I completely agree with you कि 370 हटाने के बाद ये डोमिसाइल स्टेटस लाने का मतलब क्या है? I understand your point. My question is, अगर संविधान के इतने सारे अनुच्छेद ऑलरेडी लागू हो चुके हैं तो 370 होने से या ना होने से क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
370 एक स्पेशल स्टेटस कश्मीर का था जो 35A था, उसमें 35 था, उसमें आप 35 निकाल दिया आप।
एक मिनट, अगर आप, क्योंकि भारत में चाहे कोई भी धर्म या मज़हब का हो, वो प्रधानमंत्री बन सकता है, एंड दैट इज़ द ग्रेटनेस ऑफ दिस कंट्री थैंक्स टू इट्स सिविलाइजेशन। अगर आप प्रधानमंत्री बनते या आप बन जाते हैं फ्यूचर में, और मान लीजिए कि आपके टाइम तक 370 था, और ये मान लेते हैं कि भाजपा सरकार ने जो किया है वो पूरी तरह से गलत है, गैर संवैधानिक है, ये एक मिनट के लिए मान लेते हैं, तो आपके हिसाब से 370 का जो मसला है आप इसको कैसे सुलझाते हैं, ये थोड़ा हमारे लिए समझा दीजिए। या फिर उसमें कोई मसला नहीं है आपके हिसाब से?
सबसे पहले तो मैं महबूबा मुफ्ती से अलायंस नहीं करता।
अच्छा, नहीं मैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल सवाल कर रहा हूँ।
सुनिए,
मैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल सवाल कर रहा हूँ।
सुनिए, देखिए
मेरा सवाल,
सुनिए,
माय क्वेश्चन इज टू बैरिस्टर असदुद्दीन
इसमें तो हम सहमत हैं आपसे।
He agrees with you.
थैंक यू,
हाँ।
कुछ तो एग्री करे।
So the twain is finally met. हाँ, please go ahead. Yes.
ये आप मेरे को एक पॉलिटिशियन के तौर पर यहाँ बुलाए हैं,
जी, जी।
मैं जवाब
या
दे रहा हूँ।
वकील भी तो हैं।
मैं वकील नहीं हूँ, वकील आप हैं, प्रैक्टिस
अच्छा,
कर रहे हैं
ठीक,
आप
ओके।
बहस करिए
तो
सुप्रीम कोर्ट
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में मैं बेहतर बोल
नहीं,
सकता
ठीक,
हूँ।
सुनिए।
जी, हाँ।
पहले तो मैं महबूबा मुफ्ती से अलायंस नहीं करता मैं।
जी।
आपने अलायंस किया महबूबा मुफ्ती से, आपने एक टर्म्स ऑफ एग्रीमेंट बोलिए या जो भी एक डॉक्यूमेंट बनाया, उसमें आपने लिखा कि 370 पे हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे। ये तीसरा मैं ये करता कि वहाँ पर बातचीत होती, सबसे एक माहौल पैदा किया जाता। आप कुछ माहौल नहीं करे, कुछ बातचीत नहीं करे। आप ही के दौर में इतने टेररिस्ट अटैक्स हुए, इतने हमले हुए बीजेपी के दौर में, और इंटरनेट बैन माशाल्लाह यानी रिकॉर्ड बन गया अभी तो। और इकोनॉमी में कितना असर पड़ा उसके ऊपर, खुद इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स की रिपोर्ट है कि मोर देन 100 करोड़ के ऊपर का लॉस वहां पर हुआ।
जी, जी।
तो 370 तो एक शेल था। और ये मैं नहीं कह रहा हूं, जो आपके रॉ के दुलत साहब का स्टेटमेंट है, इट वॉज एन एम्प्टी शेल। आप लोग ये करके और हालात वहां पे कौन सा अच्छा करे, आप कौन सा करने जा रहे हैं? आप इलेक्शंस नहीं करा सकते, आप इलेक्शंस पोस्टपोन हो रहे, लोगों को गिरफ्तार कर रहे, आप कहाँ का रख रहे, आगरा की जेल में ला के रख रहे उन लोगों को, आप किधर रख रहे? इसका हल निकलने वाला है, मैं नहीं निकलने वाला हल इसका, और हालात खराब होंगे वहां पे।
तो 70 साल के बातचीत के बाद क्या हल निकला सर?
70 साल की बातचीत में
जी,
70 साल के दौर में
जी, आपके हिसाब से सिचुएशन बिगड़ा या बेहतर हुआ?
नहीं, 70 साल में पहली गलती जो हम लोग किए
जी,
वो शेख साहब की गिरफ्तारी थी।
अच्छा, ओके।
ये दूसरी गलती हम लोग किए।
अच्छा,
उसमें बीच में 1986-87 में एक फ्रॉडुलेंट इलेक्शन हुआ, जिसका खैमियाजा वहां पर भुगतना पड़ा।
जी।
और ये चीज आप देख लीजिए, आप आज आपके पास वहां पे खामोशी है। कश्मीरी लोग बड़े चालाक होते हैं, बहुत चालाक होते हैं।
ओके,
वो कभी भी रिएक्ट नहीं करेंगे जब आप चाहते। आप देख लो, उनकी हिस्ट्री है पूरी,
ओके।
आप तो देखिए उसको।
नहीं, मैं तो कहता हूँ मद्रासी ब्राह्मण भी उनसे ज़्यादा चालाक है। इसमें ये चालाकी का सवाल नहीं है
सर।
देखिए, पहले आप दोनों को मिक्स मत करिए। पहले तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोजीशन मैं पढ़ देता हूँ, उसमें कहीं नहीं असेंबली का जिक्र है। Notwithstanding anything in the foregoing provisions of this article, the President may, by public notification, declare that this article shall cease to be operative or shall be operative only with such exceptions and modifications, and from such date as he may specify, provided that the recommendation of the Constituent Assembly of the state referred to in clause 2 shall be necessary before the President issues such a notification. Now, Constituent Assembly completed its deliberation and presented a constitution. In that there is no reference to Article 370. There is only one in the preamble which says that Jammu Kashmir is an integral part of India, and there is no question of consulting the Assembly.
स्वामी साहब, जम्मू कश्मीर यकीनन हिंदुस्तान का अटूट हिस्सा है और रहेगा। वहां पर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली की जो बात आई है, आप उसको प्रेसिडेंट को इख्तियार नहीं है। मेरा मानना यह है, प्रेसिडेंट को इख्तियार नहीं है। असेंबली को डिसॉल्व करके आप स्टेट को डिवाइड करके यूनियन टेरिटरी नहीं बना सकते। मेरा स्टैंड है। अब ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाएगा।
आपका स्टैंड है या वकील के तौर पे आपका स्टैंड
नहीं
है?
ये मेरा स्टैंड इसलिए क्योंकि मैंने लीगल जो लुमिनरीज है उनसे जो पढ़ा है, उनके आर्टिकल्स पढ़े हैं और उनको सुना है, और उनसे उनकी बुनियाद पर कह रहा हूं मैं आपको।
तो आप हरीश साल्वे साहब को लीगल लुमिनरी मानते हैं?
हरीश साल्वे से बेहतर मैं समझता हूं फैजान मुस्तफा को। हरीश साल्वे से बेहतर मैं समझता हूं आपके ऐसे कई लॉयर्स है। अब हरीश साल्वे साहब ओपिनियन लिख के दिए थे 370 का, तो जाहिर है
वकील हैं, आपने उनसे पूछा?
नहीं, वकील नहीं है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एक्सपर्ट नहीं है वो।
ओके।
नहीं, मैं आपसे कहता हूँ, आप कहते हैं कश्मीरी बहुत चालाक हैं और वो लड़ेंगे ऐन वक्त पर। मैं कहता हूँ कि जब 5 लाख कश्मीरी पंडितों को भगाया और उनके नरसिंगार किया, तो तब वहाँ कश्मीरी लोग क्या कर रहे थे?
स्वामी साहब, वो मैं तो गुजारिश करूंगा कि एक एक कश्मीरी पंडित को लेकर जाकर कश्मीर में सेटल कराने की जिम्मेदारी आपकी सरकार की है।
अच्छा।
और 5 साल में आपने कितने कश्मीरी पंडित को लेकर गए ये बताइए। और मैं मानता हूं कि कश्मीर का जो सिंक्रेटिक कल्चर है उसमें पंडित वहां पर जाना चाहिए और उम्मीद करते हैं कि वापस जाएंगे, लेकर जाइए जरूर।
सर, जस्ट आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी, एज अ पार्टी आपने कश्मीरी पंडितों के सिलसिले में कोई रेजोल्यूशन अपने पार्टी के अंदर पास किया है?
मैं आपको रिसर्च फिर से नहीं करे, पार्लियामेंट में स्पीच है मेरी।
जी जी, बोलिए प्लीज।
उसमें मैंने ये मुतालबा किया कश्मीरी पंडित को लेकर जाइए वापस आप।
अच्छा।
पार्लियामेंट की स्पीच में आप देख लो, चेक कर लो।
फेयर इनफ। तो एज अ पार्टी आपका पोजीशन ये है कि कश्मीरी पंडित
बिल्कुल वापस जाना चाहिए, वापस जाना चाहिए।
ग्रेट, ओके। सो आपने अपने ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स में सीए का जिक्र किया।
बट ये कश्मीरी नहीं है, तो कश्मीरी की बात कर रहे थे। कश्मीरी बहुत समझदार हैं, वो एंड वक्त पर एक्ट करेंगे। तो वो कश्मीरी क्यों नहीं बोलते हैं कि कश्मीरी पंडित वापस आ जाएं? ये आप बोल रहे हैं, वो नहीं बोल रहे हैं।
नहीं, बहुत से कश्मीरी बोले हैं सर, बहुत। खुद महबूबा मुफ्ती बोली आपके मोदी के साथ खड़े रखे।
वो महबूबा मुफ्ती का गूगली बोलते डालते रहती है, इसीलिए तो मैंने कहा कि इसके साथ सरकार नहीं बनाना चाहिए।
नहीं सर, अब कौन किसको गूगली डाले वो तो नहीं मालूम।
So may I proceed to my questions? Yes. So on the CA, so since you represent a significant portion of Hyderabad, which has a significant Muslim population, which Hyderabadi Muslim, according to you, is going to be affected by the CA, and why? Legally. Not politically.
No, listen to me. When I said all three are South Indians, you said I'm an Indian from South. So now let me tell you that any law which is passed, which is unconstitutional, which goes against the basic structure of the Constitution, it will affect every Indian, irrespective of Hyderabadi Hindu, Hyderabadi Muslim, or Hyderabadi Christian.
Right.
That is the first answer.
Right.
Secondly, why do we oppose CAA? Because in the 70 years of our Indian Lok Sabha, not a single law has been made on the basis of religion. This has been done. In my opinion, and in the opinion of many legal luminaries, which you will again ask which name, is that it violates right to equality. Fourthly, this country cannot have two principles of citizenship. Fifth, about CAA, it is discriminatory and it violates Article 14 of equality, because in Assam NRC has been done. 19 lakh people names did not come in the Assam NRC. Out of that, only 5 lakh were Muslims. The BJP intends to give citizenship to all those non-Muslims and not to the Muslims. Why? Again, all of them are illegal migrants because they didn't come. Isn't that a violation of Article 14? And last point, CAA has to be looked to the prism of NPR and NRC because it relates to Citizenship Act. These are the rules which were framed when Atal Bihari Vajpayee was in power. That is why we oppose CAA, NPR, NRC, and please don't exclude me from your thought of India.
So I'm assuming that you're equally for Ahmadiyya Muslims from Pakistan for their entry into India. Is that the position?
I am saying you remove the word religious minorities and bring everyone. So who's stopping you?
So here's my question.
Yeah.
If I may, so sorry. The treatment that Razakars under the Nizam meted out to Hindus in Hyderabadi Princely State is the same treatment that Hindus...
No, you are jumping from CAA. Look, my answer has touched a raw nerve in you. I know, my answer has touched a raw nerve in you. Now look at your thought process. From CAA, you can drink water if you want.
No,
from CAA, you have jumped to Razakar.
My point is...
I have told you, no, listen to me. I have told you...
I'm just asking
you are not a moderator.
I'm asking you a question.
You are trying to become another Subramanian Swamy, which will never happen in his life.
I agree that there can never be another Dr. Swamy, and I don't aspire to be him as well. Let me just ask this question. आप सवाल से इतना क्यों डर रहे हैं? मुझे तो सवाल तो पूछने दीजिए। सर, तो मुझे पूछने दीजिए ना।
मैं इस प्रोग्राम में इसलिए आया हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को मालूम है पूरे RSS के लोग बैठे हुए इसलिए आया हूँ मैं।
We appreciate your guts. Absolutely.
No.
So here's my thing. One, to be fair to the audience, I think the audience. I think the audience has been fairly open to both points of view.
ठीक है, आप बोलिए, आपका सवाल क्या है?
मेरा सवाल ये है कि जो ट्रीटमेंट रजाकर्स ने हैदराबादी हिंदुओं के साथ किया था, पाकिस्तान में हिंदुओं के साथ वही हो रहा है. देयरफॉर देयर इज अ स्पेसिफिक परसिक्यूशन विच इज बेस्ड ऑन रिलीजन. जब प्रॉब्लम का बेसिस ही रिलीजन है, तो सोल्यूशन का बेसिस रिलीजन क्यों नहीं हो सकता? ये थोड़ा समझा दीजिए.
इसलिए नहीं हो सकता
जी.
इसलिए नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि भारत का कोई रिलीजन नहीं है.
अच्छा, उनका तो रिलीजन है.
भारत का नहीं है
जो
religion.
मर रहे हैं उनका तो रिलीजन
भारत
है.
का रिलीजन नहीं है. आप मेरे को मालूम, आपको पाकिस्तान की बड़ी मोहब्बत है, मेरे को नहीं है पाकिस्तान से. सुनिए, आपको पाकिस्तान से बड़ी मोहब्बत है, अफगानिस्तान से है, आपको बांग्लादेश से. मुझे नहीं है सर. मुझे भारत से मतलब है और हमेशा रहेगा. रहा सवाल परसिक्यूशन का, आप परसिक्यूशन के ऊपर लेके आइए ना. कौन रोक रहा आपको? कौन रोक रहा आपको?
तो लेट्स आस्क ourselves this question. Recognize persecution but ignore the cause of the persecution is the solution.
Persecution is persecution. Now,
explain that to me.
Listen to me.
Please.
अगर कोई हिंदू पाकिस्तान से आकर भारत में रिफ्यूजी बनता है तो मुझे उसका गम नहीं है.
रिफ्यूजी तभी बन सकता है जब वो परसिक्यूटेड है.
सर,
और मैं वकील हूं, वकील के तौर पे एक पॉइंट बोलने दीजिए.
अच्छा, रूल्स में बताइए. अब ये CAA रूल्स में डिफाइन कर रहे,
क्या
परसिक्यूशन डिफाइन कर रहे.
अगर वो रिलीजियस परसिक्यूशन हो चुका,
डिफाइन ही नहीं कर रहे ना.
आपने डॉक्यूमेंट्स देखे?
आप मेरी बात सुनिए. मेरी एक बात सुनिए. मेरी एक बात सुनिए. पाकिस्तान से कोई हिंदू आता है, अफगानिस्तान से आता है, बांग्लादेश से आता है, कहीं से भी आता है. दीजिए, आप रिलीजन के ऊपर कानून क्यों बनाए? आप एक्सक्लूड क्यों कर रहे हैं? ये राइट टू इक्वालिटी के खिलाफ है.
कोई अंतर करता है तो कानून अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है. एक मार रहा है और दूसरा मर रहा है. आपके हिसाब से कानून दोनों के बीच में अंतर नहीं कर सकता है. थैंक यू. आई अंडरस्टैंड. दैट्स योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एंड आई अंडरस्टैंड you're no more a lawyer, so I'm with you. Okay. So let's take one or two questions from the audience. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Just one correction. He mentioned Article 14.
Right.
Said is equality before the law. There are a number of Supreme Court judgments which interpret Article 14. But I will not read them. I'll give you a very simple example and ask him how he would treat that example. Today there is reservation for scheduled castes in jobs, in education. But there are no reservations for Brahmins. So can I say equality before the law? I should also get reservation if scheduled caste gets reservations. This question came before the Supreme Court. And what did the Supreme Court say? Article 14 would apply only when invidious discrimination is meted out to equals and similarly circumstanced people without any rational basis or relationship in that behalf. Now, in this particular case, these people who have come from Pakistan, and they were originally, there was the statement of Mahatma Gandhi in the prayer meeting that he would like to see the partition undone and that he plans to go in February, that is a few days before his after his assassination, so he could not go. Therefore, he said those who are there can stay there. But after that, Gandhiji was assassinated. Then Jawaharlal Nehru had a meeting with the Prime Minister of Pakistan called Liaquat Ali Khan, and both resolved that the minorities of both countries will not leave because they'll be safe, they'll be protected. But Liaquat Ali Khan was assassinated. And after that, the persecution started. And when these religions, this is not only Hindu religions, Hindu, Sikhs, Buddhists, Christians and Parsis. 5 religions are there. The persecution started. They were 30% of Pakistan's population, and slowly over a period of time, they have now come down to 3%. And therefore, these persecuted people who have been coming from 1947 onwards have been living in camps because they have been treated as stateless. They have been treated as illegal immigrants. They can't get an Aadhaar card. They can't get a passport. So they have to get a dole from the government and live in tents. So in order to end this, and the last person who urged us in this, for which we have a tape, Manmohan Singh, as leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha, said, please, Mr. Advani, please have some kindness for these people and give them citizenship. And therefore, that is what all we did. It is only restricted to that group of 31,313 in which no Muslim came from Pakistan saying that he is being religiously persecuted. Other Muslims who came, we offered them citizenship on the individual basis, like Tariq Fateh. He said no, he'll take Canadian citizenship. Taslima, she took Swedish citizenship. But the Adnan Sami, he took Indian citizenship, and everybody is criticizing us for giving him citizenship.
Right.
So therefore, please don't connect this with equality. Article 14 does not apply here at all. It is no question of being unequals being treated as equals.
If Mr. Owaisi wants to say something, please have the last word. Please.
I just want to know from you, so you feel that the recent Supreme Court judgment on reservation is right?
What did they say? That I didn't follow it.
They said what you just said.
That is... promotion, on promotion.
Yeah, not only promotion, appointment and promotion.
No, appointment they did not say.
They said, sir, in paragraph 21.
Then I'll have to, we'll have to have another debate with
in
you.
In paragraph 21, they did say that.
No, we'll have another debate because you're all the time misquoting, so I've got to make sure that you're not
I never misquote, sir. I'm telling you, paragraph 8, your government agreed. Paragraph 21,
next
they
debate,
said in
next
appointment.
Debate.
Okay, thank you.
It's always a pleasure to debate you, so I'm ready for another debate.
So, on behalf of the organizers and the audience, I thank both participants, especially Mr. Owaisi for his patience with all the questions, and for the audience for putting up such a wonderful show. And I hope that I've done some justice to your questions, and Dr. Swamy for all the time that you've given us. Thanks a lot. Thank you.